Okay, hi everybody. Time for the digital marketing news this week. We've got some great stuff this week. I'm going to get through it really quick. There's a bunch of sites that have been hacked because of WordPress plugins and some very notable updates. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So first thing is Google has announced a new PageSpeed insight. So they're making over the tool. They are going to basically break it out into lab data and real world data. That was the problem before, right? You could only get the lab data. What's really going on in the real world? So they're going to break that out so you can see lab data versus real world data. And they're also going to give you information about how core web vitals are scored and calculated. And they're going to update the look and feel. And that's for the Google PageSpeed Insights tool. Next thing, there's a new spam update that came out this last week. It's the fourth one of this year. And today's 11/4/2021 when I'm shooting this. We're seeing more and more spam updates coming out. So if that impacted your website, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. Were you impacted by the spam Google update that just went out this week? Next thing, there's a new feature on deals. So if you do a search over the holiday season for deals, there's going to be a new feed that comes out, which looks kind of interesting. You have to optimize the page for that term deals in order to show up in this feed, but this is going to be in the Google search results. So if somebody does a search for a deal, sale, or discount, Google is going to be displaying this badge, and then also it's going to show up inside the feed. And the new update also includes reporting and analytics inside of Google Merchant Center. Next thing, there's a big plugin vulnerability with the opt-in monster plugin, who I know the owner of that. That's a bummer, but basically they can hack the plugin and then take over your entire website. This has since been fixed. Go in and update the plugin. If you use an opt-in monster, which a lot of people use, get on this right away. Also, Jetpack, which is a huge one as well, has a cross-site scripting XSS vulnerability. So if you're using Jetpack or opt-in monster, go update those plugins right away. Next thing, really weird thing came out. There was like everybody was saying you can just bad links are ignored. Bad links in SEO are ignored. Bad links in SEO are ignored. What happened this week is John Mueller came out and said, actually, that's not always the case when there's this certain situation. So what he said is that they asked, is the Penguin update still relevant, which is an algorithm update that looks at backlinks, or is it ignored? And he went on to say that if Google can't isolate and ignore certain links, then the software will lose trust in the targeted website. So if you have a lot of bad links overall, the software will lose trust in the site overall, all right? Use that disavow file, be blocking your links. It's an important thing to do. Next thing, Google, they say if you want to get the most exposure for your videos, you need to put them on one web page, okay? So if you put a video on one web page and optimize it there using all the great stuff that you can do, then it can show up in Google search, key moments, and other rich results. There's schema for videos that can be helpful. And in general, video optimization is a whole thing. By the way, I'm going to be doing a webinar on November 17th. I really want to see you there on how to do the perfect cross-channel video marketing strategy. I'll be leaving a link below. It's going to be myself and some other experts. Please attend. It's going to be great. Next thing Google says, update your sitemap as often as possible. It's an important thing to do. Clubhouse now supports 13 different languages. 32 million people have downloaded Clubhouse in India, 5 million in the US. So continues to grow. And then Facebook, Meta, not Facebook, Meta, right? The metaverse has added some new monetization tools, which basically kicks Apple out of the equation. So here's how it works. So Facebook is adding a new feature that will enable subscribers to sign up outside of the app with Facebook Pay. The net result, Apple won't be getting that 30% fee. Instead, they're going to kick it over to the publishers. And in general, what we're seeing is we are seeing that a lot of these different ecosystems are trying to come in and take all of the users for themselves, cut out more partnerships as much as possible so that they can basically get more money. And I think Apple and Meta are pretty upset with each other right now. That's it for the digital marketing news this week. Leave me a comment below. What are you going to be doing this week? What's working for you in digital marketing? I love hearing about it. That's why I like doing these videos. And I'll see you next week. Have a good day.